Hi guys! Today we're going to look at how we can add a collectible that gives the player a period of invincibility. We'll start with this scene that continuously spawns enemies that wander around and chase the player. The player can fire bullets and kill the enemies with a chance that a health collectible is dropped. We created this in our 2D top-down shooter series, so take a look if you want to know how it was done. You can download this project and the final game we're working towards by supporting us on Patreon. All the links you need can be found in the description. Okay, we're going to start by creating a new prefab for the Invincibility collectible. We'll navigate to the Prefabs folder. We already have a collectible prefab that we'll use as a base. To create a variant, we'll right-click on the collectible prefab and select Create Prefab Variant. We'll name this Invincibility collectible. Then we'll double-click to open the new prefab. The first thing we need to do is set the appearance of the collectible. To do this, we'll select the graphics object in the hierarchy. If we look in the inspector, we can see that there's a sprite renderer component. The sprite isn't set to anything yet, which is why there's nothing displayed. We'll use the same asset pack we downloaded for the health collectible. We'll go to the project panel and navigate to Assets, 2D Sci-Fi Weapon, Sprites, Blue. Then we'll select the Armor Blue sprite. This sprite is a bit large at the moment. We can shrink it by setting the pixels per unit value to 800. Then we'll click Apply. Now we can drag this sprite into the sprite slot. Now we have the appearance of the collectible sorted. Next, we need to make sure that the collider fits. We'll select the root object in the hierarchy. We can see that the collider is a bit too large. We'll go to the inspector and click this button to edit it. Then we'll click and drag the collider to resize it and make it fit. Next, we need to write a script to trigger the invincibility when this is collected. We'll go to the project panel and navigate to the collectible scripts folder. Then we'll click the plus button and add a new script. We'll name this Invincibility collectible behavior. Then we'll double-click to open it in the editor. We'll start by deleting the start and update methods. In our video for the health collectible, we created an interface for collectible behavior. We want to use this again for this collectible. We'll specify that the behavior should implement the interface. To implement the interface, we can then click the light bulb icon and select Implement Interface. We can see that this creates a placeholder for the onCollected method that we need to implement. If you don't have the light bulb option for some reason, you can just manually type this. Next, we'll add some serializable fields to allow us to configure the invincibility. First, we'll add a float field for the duration of the invincibility. When the player is invincible, we're going to have a visual indicator by making them flash. We'll add a field for the flash color. And we'll add an int field for the number of flashes. We already implemented the invincibility functionality when we did the work on the player taking damage, so we can just reuse this. In the onCollected method, we'll get the Invincibility controller from the player. Then we'll call the Start Invincibility method. We'll pass in the fields for the duration, colour and number of flashes. So now when the player collects this, the invincibility will be triggered. Let's click the Save button and switch back to Unity. We need to add this new behaviour to the collectible. We'll select the root object in the hierarchy. Then we'll select Add Component in the inspector. We'll search for the invincibility behaviour and click to add it. Now we need to set the values. We'll set the duration to 10 seconds. For the colour, we'll set it to white. Then we'll make it semi-transparent by setting the alpha value to 150. This will make the player fade in and out while invincible. We'll set the number of flashes to 30. That's everything we need for this prefab. Let's click back to return to the main scene view. We want the new collectible to be randomly dropped when we kill enemies. We can do this by adding it to the collectible spawner. We'll select this in the hierarchy. Then in the inspector, we'll click the plus button to add a new collectible prefab. We'll drag the invincibility prefab into the slot. Now we can press play to try it out. We'll keep shooting enemies until they drop the new collectible. When we pick up the invincibility, we can see that the player starts flashing and we no longer take damage. There is a bug though. If the player is already flashing when they pick up the invincibility, then they don't return to the original colour. They return to the colour they were when they picked up the collectible. Let's stop the game and fix this. We'll go to the Game Scripts folder. Then we'll open the Sprite Flash script. To make sure we return to the original colour, we need to store the initial value. We'll create a field for the original colour. Then in the Awake method, we'll set this to the colour value of the sprite renderer. Now in the Flash coroutine method, we can remove the line where we set the start colour. Then in the lerp call, we'll replace start colour with original colour. Now we'll always go back to the original colour of the player. Let's save this and switch back to Unity to try it out. Now the player flash works as expected. In the next video in this series, we'll add a new weapon collectible that increases the firepower of the player. If you want to be alerted when this one's out, then subscribe and click the bell icon. If you have any questions or feedback on this video, let us know in the comments. A big thank you to all our patrons, we really appreciate you helping to support the channel. If you'd like to help and also get access to the source code, you can find details in the description. Thanks guys!